Okay, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be looking at a video that was posted to Reddit. It's titled "The Fastest Stock I've Ever Taken." This is the information. I'll post a link for it in the comments, or not in the comments, in the description of the video. So if you do want to watch the video, you can on your own. But right now, it's just a 30-second video. I'm going to be analyzing it and then giving my take on exactly what it is. It's not a special clip. It's just someone randomly on Reddit. He posted his little Joker clip, and I thought I could extract a lot out of it. And someone put some insightful stuff in the comments as well, but we're gonna get into that later. For now, let's just watch the video, and I'll pause and I'll give my analysis for it while the video is playing. Okay, so right here he drops down, does the counter. Obviously, that's noob level stuff. The Marth isn't really what the spectacle is here. So we see that the Joker drops down with a Nair, very safe option. He could do pretty much anything he wants right here, and the Marth decides to start attacking air like a Roy main. And then he can roll here. Joker has a lot of options after a Nair. He can roll, he can jump, he could attack. He has a ton of options. He can basically do whatever he wants. And with Arsene, that Nair is gonna extend very far out, right? So it's a possibility that he might have even been able to hit him because I don't think he had invincibility frames anymore. All right, so he runs up and he grabs him because he notices that he's fucking fighting ghosts. So then he gets that jump read with the forward air, and he drops down. So this is what he does. The Marth jumps in disadvantage, and he immediately drops down. He goes down. The Joker knows that this Marth has the advantage and disadvantage right now. He could attack him, or he could jump, he could air dodge, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. Even though he's in disadvantage, he still has a lot of options here. So what does he do? He waits and he reacts. So he immediately drops down the platform. He doesn't do anything. He just waits and he drops down the platform because most likely, the options that he has are to attack and get backstage control, which he can, if he drops down, then he can back up and hit him right here, meet him in the air. Or if he jumps, then he can always catch, juggle him, which he's actually about to do. Or if he air dodges and goes down, then he could just go down for the spike, right? So he has a very good understanding of exactly his positioning and how to apply proper pressure. So he jumps, and then the Marth immediately tries to get back on the platform. He doesn't try to mix up his recovery at all. He doesn't really try to do much. Not that he really can, unless he like air dodges at the perfect time when Joker's about to hit him. So he meets him with a back air right there, right before he's about to land, which is a really good option because back air covers a lot of distance and has a lot of priority. So he gets immediately knocked away by that. And then the Marth does something really stupid, but the Joker, he immediately sees it coming and he jumps, full hops. He doesn't short hop, he doesn't back off, he doesn't do anything like that. He full hops because he knows exactly what he's about to do. And then he drops him down, he dunks him. That obviously only comes with experience, but the way that he's able to pull this off is really smart because he's reacting to exactly what he's going to do. He's prepared for anything right here. He's not just standing here because the Marth is expecting Joker to sit there, right? And just stand here. And if he peeks out with that up B, this would have hit Joker, and then he would have gotten free stage control basically because Joker would be knocked in here, most likely in tumble at 60%. And then he would have been able to either force to roll neutral get up or attack get up, most likely choosing neutral get up and then furthering neutral. But instead he jumps and he just takes that stock. So obviously this isn't like the craziest engagement ever, but I think it's really important because it's a very normal engagement, and it's something that you see a lot in the community, right? You see a lot in normal games. These kinds of interactions, and people just don't understand how to play proper neutral. This was very, very neutral based. It was a very normal situation, very normal scenario, and you don't really think too much into it because it's not that big of a deal in the midst of the time. Like the Joker was probably thinking, okay, I'm just gonna dance around him a little bit and then catches the landing, stuff like that. A lot of people don't think that far. So that's just like a little bit of a calling card. You need to think, what is your opponent going to do? How can you counteract it? What is the best position for you to play if you're, choosing to do that? So this guy, he says that Marth player literally dropped down from the Angel plat with full vulnerability and countered on landing and then buffered a full dancing blade from the FAF. Landing in regard to this. So this sentence is pretty much just throwaway. Don't worry about too much about that. So he says, they got grab for and then play defensive play against the Joker's down throw at 0% is non-existent. AFK, a fake, but then Panic jumped in disadvantage and tried to land on the left platform. Definitely just putting a giant glowing neon sigh over the head. Hard read. Um right, so he's talking about right here when the Marth goes for this jump right here. So he jumps right here and then he gets caught. And then he tries to land on the left platform. Is definitely just putting a giant glowing neon sigh on that. So basically, he's saying, that's not really a very good read. That was just like, okay, that was just neutral play. And he says, I'm a floaty character with barely any options left. Please punish my poor decision making and reacting to my inability to be able to throw out a quick, safe hitbox or commit to another defensive option. So this is exactly what I was saying. Right here, he could have gone, instead of jumping right here, he could have gone for an attack. But the Joker was basically ready for that, unless he attacked right here at this exact moment, because he immediately fast falls. So his range would not have been able to cover it in most cases. So he immediately fast falls and then decides to meet him. So even if he did attack, sure, he put himself in a little bit of a bad spot. Maybe if he dropped down immediately, like right here, then it would have been better. But I think the Joker did do a pretty good job at spacing out the Marth. Um, and then quick save hitbox commit to another defensive option. You could say that, but I think the Joker was ready for something like that. They could have just buffered a directional air dodge to at least get to center stage. They would still gotten hit there, but it was a better chance of not winding up off stage against Arsene. So this is true. Instead of jumping right here, right, he's in disadvantage. He has his jump. He has an air dodge. He has a lot of options right here, so he chooses to jump, which isn't the best option if you're at lower percents, because you'll get caught and then you'll probably lose your jump and you'll be off stage and you won't have any options. So what could have happened right here is he meets him in the air. He reads the jump. Joker full hops and forward airs him. Now he's off stage without a jump, and he's probably gonna get spiked, unless he can perfectly time an up B, right? To catch Joker, and possibly stage spike him, something like that. So, this is after that first, after this first down throw into forward air, he was in a bad disadvantage. Even though he has options, he's in a bad disadvantage. And most of what he would have done, unless it was like, timed very well, like this is probably his range. He could have probably hit him somewhere between these little frames when he was dropping down right here, but that's it. That was probably the best option for him. Or grabbing ledge, maybe playing on ledge a little bit. That was probably his best option. But other than that, nope. Wasn't much he could have done. So, speaking of which, if you notice that your opponent is catching a lot of your movement options before you're able to act, it's because they've caught on to the rhythm/timing that you're basing yourself. So one thing to especially do in disadvantage is just pause for a bit to throw off the timing your opponent is trying to react to. The beefy up B wasn't a terrible decision, but the timing is what got the Marth player dunked. In conclusion, just because you can double jump in disadvantage doesn't mean you always should, and please be aware of when you're timing your moves. This is all very good information. This is a really good analysis of the clip. And right here, especially where he says, just pause a little bit to throw off the timing. You can see that when he does this, the forward air, Marth player, he's still in hit stun right now, right? So as soon as he gets out of hit stun, he's spamming that jump button. He wants stage control. He wants to get up there, but that's probably the worst option for him, because if he does get caught, which isn't, as admittedly, it's not going to always happen, right? But if he does get caught right there, he's lost his jump and he's off stage. And he has one stock. He's done for, right? So he can't be going for these kinds of aggressive, risky plays when he's at one stock and he's kind of screwed already. But yeah, I really like this guy's analysis, and I really thought this clip was it was a very interesting clip because, he titled it, "I haven't taken a stock, that fast in a while." But the main thing about the stock isn't that it was some crazy combo, or it was, the biggest outplay ever. No, it was just simple patience right here. Simple patience. He waited. He ran up to him and he waited. He applied the right amount of pressure, and then he camped in a little spot that he knew that was the most optimal for him to cover basically all of this area. He's basically right now he's covering this entire area. He's like a queen in chess. He's he's able to cover a lot of distance as Joker, especially with Arsene, you know, in this in this area, in this decent amount of area. If he was right here, he would not be able to cover right here. If he was, for example, if he stayed where he was, which was about right here, he would not be able to cover, around this area, which means Marth could have gotten this stage control. That in just that much of stage control would have been enough for the Marth to regain his center. And that's why I think that the Joker player really played this well. So yeah, that's pretty much just it, honestly. Just focus on these little neutral interactions, and I guarantee you, you're gonna go up. Your win rate's gonna go up. And learn from this Marth's mistakes, not just the Joker. You know how he played it. He full hops, comes back down, safe option nair, goes for this down throw, gets the combo, and then waits, but the Marth jumps, right? So it's a lot of just patience, and it's a lot of thinking ahead, and it's a lot of conditioning, and it's a lot of understanding just psychology and how other people think and what they would want to do, and getting the download on them, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. But next time, I might get some gameplay, but this I just thought this was pretty interesting, so I wanted to go over this in the video. Thanks for watching.